welcome to this week's Monday Minutes. My name is Kelly.
And my name is Jessie. And this week we're going to talk to you about customizing an email that can go out to your patrons when you create a new account in Koha.
This is really fantastic. It's a system preference that's been around for a long time, but it's something maybe libraries don't utilize and maybe they could start using it.
Yeah. So I think the first thing we'll talk about here is the system preference that controls this. Now, when staff are creating an account, a new patron account, they go into the patrons module, they come in, they select the patron category, and they create that account. This is the notification that will get triggered. So the first thing we'll do is we'll jump over to system preferences and we'll talk about that system preference. So Kelly, let's hit the auto email OPAC user.
Yep. So we would want to make sure that this is being set to send, and that would indicate to Koha to send an email to a patron that's been created in the staff interface. And what links this to our notices, it's a notice called account details. So as Jessie said, we can customize this notice to let patrons know, welcome to our library. And that's called account details, right?
Yep. So in your tools module, hit notices and slips. And then if you want to see what the default language is in here, you can come in and make any type of customizations, so rather than saying maybe Koha administrator, we just want to say library staff and, customizing your information, you could set that up and create that in the system.
The beauty of this notice, you could customize it to introduce your new patron to the library, to the public catalog, how to log in, send them a patron tutorial. There's a lot that you can include in this email that's specific to your library. So I really like this feature because you can give them more information than maybe that was given at the creation of their card at the desk.
Now, here's an example. Kelly and I sent one before we started recording this video, so we would have an example to show you. And so you can see this is what the out of the box preference looks like. Now, there's a few moving pieces here that you want to be aware of. Number one, an email needs to be included in the patron's account.
First creation. So you have to, before you hit save, that email has to be entered.
If you go back and don't save the email the first time and then go and edit the account and add the email, it will not trigger to send that. So it has to be entered on the first time when you're creating that account. Number two, Kelly, passwords. Tell us what's important about passwords.
Absolutely. The staff do need to create a password for the patron for this notice to be delivered. So it looks like Jessie created David Kraus account, and she created that password to be David K1. And that's why it's displaying. If you allow Koha to create a password, this email will not be sent. There is currently a bug to say, wouldn't it be great? But at this point, you do have to set an email. Something else to note, this notification will not be visible on the staff side in the patrons' notices, because of course it's containing password information. So you will not see that this notice was sent from that patron's account.
Okay, excellent. So, a couple moving pieces to keep in mind here about what's happening. Now, one overarching rule, when we think about self-registration, if a patron self-registers on the OPAC, they will not receive this account details email. This account details email, again, only gets created when staff create a patron account from the staff side.
Yep, exactly. And set that email and set a password, and then it will send out. So it's a great feature. It's good just to know the limitations and honestly, like how it works, so you can ensure that these are going out successfully.
And, Kelly brings up a great point when we're talking about those notices. Customize it. Give this as a true welcome to the library email and tell them about all the great and wonderful things that you have to offer.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking about give them a link to how to reset their password or change it right then. So then they can feel comfortable and say, okay, I'm secure now. So there's lots of possibilities, and we'd love to see what you all are doing.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Have a good week.
Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.